Okay, so we're live on YouTube. All right, last thing I need to do is read through our hearing script. This basically just covers the procedure for the hearing, then we'll jump right into the presentation of the applicant's case. This is the September 8th, 2021 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is David Sturkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for the city of Cincinnati, and I'll preside over this hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20210113. The hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant and any opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing, unless a party has submitted testimony or evidence electronically prior to this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. The public will then have an opportunity, if there were anyone here from the public will then have an opportunity to present after the applicant has presented its case. I'll give our zoning plans examiner, Wes Menzel, an opportunity to add any testimony if he would like. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to an application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony and or argument offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make a closing statement. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions and make any comments. I may also refuse to consider hearsay evidence. That's generally evidence you will introduce that consists of statements made by someone who is not present at the hearing today. In the event of any technical difficulties or any unforeseen circumstances with our video conferencing technology, I may continue or postpone this hearing at my discretion. We'll do our best to troubleshoot those issues on the fly, but to the extent there's something that prevents us from meaningfully continuing with the hearing, again, I may continue this hearing. All right, I think the last thing we need to do is go through and swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, making any comments, any statements, asking any questions, doing anything other than just strictly observing here today, then you need to be sworn in. So if that is you, if you could take yourself off mute now. I need everyone who's going to be sworn to raise their right hand and to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. All right, who's going to be taking the lead for us here today on the presentation of the case?
I'm happy to do the introduction to it, David.
Okay,
All right.
is yours.
Okay. Well, we're here today because we would like to add a sign to our existing building that has some unique characteristics as far as how it is located on the property and also what we would like the sign to affix to. So we are looking for some relief from the zoning code as far as the height of a sign that we can install, and also just the the projection, I guess, above a roof line, which the zoning code wants to. Some metrics about the property are just that we are able to have a maximum of 90 square feet of signage based on our zoning. We are asking for a total square footage of signage that is 87 square feet, so it is less than the maximum we're allowed to have. We are also looking for the sign to say just the word Oakley. We're not looking for any sort of advertisement or self-promotion from it. And we have a unique structure in the fact that this was a factory that was originally a fruitcake factory, and it had a smokestack located towards the rear of the building. This smokestack is 167'7" from the front property line and is located towards the rear of the property. And we would like to put an internally lit sign that just simply says Oakley on this smokestack. Due to the falling nature of the site from the road or from Madison Road to the south, it does project above the peak of the roof, or the roof line, the mean of the roof, simply because it's a smokestack that we would like to affix this to. So what we're looking for a variance for is the fact that it projects above the roof, and also, a dimensional variance for the height of the sign to be increased to 20 feet, 25 feet above the grade to 56, which is, essentially where we locate it when we affix it to the smokestack itself. So we can meet the requirements by right for the size of it, but where we would like to place it so far away from the right of way and on a very unique part of our building, which is the smokestack, requires us to come and seek a variance for some relief from that.
Okay. Anything else right now, Mr. Novak?
If I could just, I'm going to add a little bit to that, just noting where that smokestack is on the site. As Ron mentioned, it's 167 feet back from the property line, but the site is also unique because it slopes down toward the back. So the height of the sign being 56 feet is actually from the grade at the back of the site, which actually slopes down about 10 or so feet from where it is at the property line. So at the front, so it is lower than perceived to be lower than it is at the back than it would be at the front.
Okay. All right. Anything else right now, guys?
No, I think that's it for us.
Okay. Mr. Height, anything you'd like to add?
I appreciate the time here. No, I think a lot of it was said here. The only thing is that I want to just reiterate that this isn't really a self-promotion of our business here, but we feel as one of the businesses coming into Oakley from Madisonville, it's part of the community there, and we want to welcome people to the Oakley area with a wonderful sign that displays who we are and where we are. Thank you.
Sure.
David, can I add one other thing to that also? I'm thinking about as Chip just has established it as a gateway coming into the neighborhood. We think of this a lot like the sort of artwork that's near the square of Oakley, with the Annie Oakley painted on the Voltage building at the intersection of Madison and Brotherton, in a similar way that this sign would be affixed to the smokestack. But that's all I wanted to add.
Okay. What, speaking of community, what does, have you talked to any community council or adjacent property owners or anything like that?
I have not.
Okay.
Nor have I about this particular piece. I know the community is very accepting of Oakley Kitchen and what we're doing in the area, but we have not discussed this this addition.
Okay. All right. I think we'll go to Wes, and we may have a couple more questions for you guys. Wes.
Good morning. I don't really have much else to add. Maybe just highlight that they are kind of just shifting their signage from the front facade to the chimney location, and it seems like a reasonable request. As they highlighted, the slope does go downwards, so the relative height to the street is maybe less than the technical number. And it is a unique situation with the chimney smokestack as a architectural feature, in the rear. So I think that overall it makes, it's kind of a unique thing and a reasonable request. I would just note that with the signage on the smokestack, there wouldn't really be allowed any more wall signage on the front facade because they're maxed out pretty much on that. So they would need to get a variance for additional signage on the front if they wanted to do that later on. So thanks.
Okay, thanks, Wes. Yeah, so is this the only signage other than that ground sign out front?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And let's see. This is a commercial zoning district, is that right? CCM?
Yes, it is CCM.
Okay. And so do you think it's compatible with the neighborhood, guys? I do see some residential around here.
I mean, it's Madison Road along that area has several commercial buildings and businesses, especially on our side of the street. The houses don't happen until, I'd say, 1/8 of a mile away on the other side. But everything around us and adjacent is a commercial property.
Gotcha. Which direction will the signage be facing?
It'll be facing north, so that as you drive down Madison Road, it'll be perpendicular to Madison Road, 168, almost 168 feet back from Madison Road.
Got it. Okay.
David, can I add something about that?
Sure.
So there is residential zoning to the south, but there's commercial zoning to the north. So the sign would face the north and face the commercial zone properties across the street. Thanks.
Yep. Okay. I think that's all I've got in terms of questions. Anything else you guys want to say in closing or otherwise before we adjourn here too?
I don't think so.
So I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, great. I think we'll leave it at that then. Let me just, I'm going to take a little bit more time with this one, guys, before I make a decision on it. But I'll try and have that out to you as soon as possible. As soon as I finish these decisions, as you guys know, I put them in a PDF and email them to you, so you guys will have the decision just moments after it's complete. Any other questions? Okay. If anything comes up in the meantime, feel free to reach out to myself or Cassandra Manus, and be happy to help you. If you'd like an update on the status of the decision, just send me an email and I'll give you an update about where we're at. Okay, there's nothing else right now. Thank you guys all for your time and your testimony, and I'll have this out to you as soon as possible.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.